Hi Gemini, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your mid-month reading for the month of December 2021, so mid-December. Keep in mind as we move forward, well, thank you so much for joining me, but keep in mind this is a general mid-month reading, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. I decided, for whatever reason, to just keep these mid-months for this set general, to not focus solely on money and career, leaving it open for other areas of our life like love and whatnot, all right? But we're going to begin and pull an oracle spread from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and then we'll further clarify each card with the Gilded deck. This card, I oddly split the deck before your reading. Feels quite relevant. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Feeling the energy in the air, other people you're dealing with at work or in your personal life, making you feel as if you need to sort of rush to accomplish this and that, or get to the finish line quicker. And being pushed by the universe, by spirit, to just be like, take a damn breath, deep breath. You don't need to rush. You're going to accomplish what you're trying to succeed at this time in a much more effective manner. It's going to be 10 times better quality wise if you just breathe and take it step by step and just do it at a healthy pace. And you're also at risk of burning yourself out if you don't do just that. Okay? That had to come out. You're also being pushed to take the lead. Feels like there's certain energies around you that maybe are a bit stubborn or a bit childlike. Interesting. Or you just need to take the lead in your own life in one way, shape, or form. There might also be a few creepy occurrences spirit-wise. Alrighty, we have 6, it looks like. Okay. That feels right. So we also have Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love at the bottom of the deck. Being pushed to remember who has had your back up until this point, as well what situations have brought you a level of abundance that feels fulfilling, or just has gotten you to where you need to be at this point, or helps you sustain, keep a certain situation moving forward. For some of you, be loyal to a job that has brought you in so much money to keep your apartment or something of the sort, or maybe be loyal to certain individuals once again. It could be all of the above, but for some of you, it's just one of which. All right. Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. A push to begin the second half of the month to co-create, to not stress too much. All the meanwhile, to understand you're not the only one sort of working towards your goals, your dreams, to feel less alone all the meanwhile. When it comes to putting a sword in other habits or situations that don't work for you anymore, or moving towards a fresh start in one way, shape, or form, you're being pushed to keep the hope alive. It feels like a situation isn't going as planned, but you'll get there. You'll get past the obstacles, the struggles. You'll manifest what you desire at this time, so keep that in mind as well. We have the Hierophant. Yeah, very, very spiritually guided part of the month, to say the least, as you are feeling quite secretive in a lot of ways, where you can find that certain individuals around you are being very sneaky in one way, shape, or form, whether it's at work, friends, people you live with. It just feels like potentially more than one situation. You could even be dealing with certain spiritual occurrences, activities, seeing weird things, and really not finding that anybody around you at this time will fully get it or needs to know. Not wanting to be looked at in an odd way or a creepy way. Okay, I get it to a certain extent. I've embraced it at this point. Flamingo Spirit. And I feel like there is a situation where you're trying to manifest out of in one way, shape, or form that's a bit restricting or limiting. So Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. There's something that feels very in-between, whether it's like people left your life and more people are getting ready to enter in one way, shape, or form, or it feels like people maybe left your work environment and more are coming in, or it could feel like you're just in the middle of residences or looking for a job in one way, shape, or form. You could be, looking for a new relationship after another one exited your life, even if it was far back, right? Embracing the in-between in one way, shape, or form, however it pertains to you. Understanding there's a lot to be learned, to be gained in that time, It even feels like there's a level of alone time that will be gifted to you, even if you don't love that. The Moon card, it feels like this in-between stage is making you a bit emotional, or just you feel as if you don't fully get why certain occurrences are taking place or certain losses have happened. Everything happens for a reason. You're going to remember that as the month trickles on and gets ready to close up, or the year gets ready to close up. All right. It feels like you are sort of on the verge of wanting to cry at times, or just wanting to release your emotions in the wrong area. I would say more so do it behind closed doors, or just find a friend or somebody you can sort of lean on in that sense, or talk to, have a release with. Don't do it at work. That's all I'm saying. Be here now and just trust your intuition when you are feeling emotional with what you're feeling emotional about at this time. Be here now. And keep in mind, when you're feeling emotional, you're still manifesting. But you're also going to be reminded in those moments that the possibilities are endless for you at this time, especially when it comes to love. You're going to be reminded that you actually do love a situation that's a bit of a struggle at this time, or has its ups and downs. So be here now. I feel like not clarifying this one, you're going to finish up the third week of the month needing to just stay present, needing to bring it back when you feel so focused on the past or on the future of a situation or your life in general, stressing over what ended, what's going to come to be, having a lot of question marks. Bring it on back. You might even find that your spiritual connection is pushing you to reflect a little bit too much. And so therefore you have to bring yourself back to the present moment and just deal with what's at hand. Take things step by step, at times stressing over the big picture to that extent where you can't sort of get a grasp on things, or it just confuses you even more so, or leaves you with a sense of doubt. So just bring it back to the present moment. You will thank yourself. Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. So you begin the last week of the month, and there's a push to take a leap of faith in one way, shape, or form. I'm hearing just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And it feels like there is a sort of graceful way about you at this point in the month with what you're accomplishing, trying to achieve. Even if you don't think so, especially with customers and clientele, or just certain frustrating energies, let's just put it that way. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time to take a deep dive, feeling like you don't fit in with the situation anymore. It just stresses you out, or it may be just to enhance your money in one way, shape, or form. There's going to be a moment to begin the last week of the month where there's something you cross paths with online. You know, you see that you could purchase, or you see in a store, but you almost want to hold back just to be sort of out of respect for your savings or just your bills or whatever the case may be. You're going to be pushed by the universe to just purchase it. It's meant to be. You'll thank yourself in the end, or it may just be less expensive than it will be in the future when you're going to need it anyways. Very interesting. But we're moving on to Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. Ooh, who had a rebirth as well in their reading? I want to say, was it Virgo? No, I can't remember which one it was. I would look at the one who has, it was either an earth sign or a fire sign, where they had a rebirth in their name for their mid-month reading. Watch that one, okay? But yeah, there's a rebirth assured in one way, shape, or form. It feels like you have a lot on your back, on your shoulders at this time, but you at times are accepting that, or just bringing more onto, adding more onto your plate than you need to. And so therefore you're being pushed to go through this rebirth. It's teaching you a lot about yourself. There's a gift of abundance, potentially clarity, or just a lot of money coming in throughout this rebirth, throughout the last week, especially of the month of the year. And you just feeling quite abundant, but just very closed off in a lot of ways. Not feeling like a huge, or an open book in any way, shape, or form. But at the same time, it feels quite purposeful. Like you're being strategic, not sort of wanting to tell anybody for the most part about what's happening in this in-between stage. Again, feeling like people are very secretive around you for the majority of the second half of the month. There could be certain difficulties you're dealing with at home that you just don't know who to share this with. Interesting. Even the ones you normally would talk to it about, or talk to about it. Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. I just heard get ready to fly. It's happening soon. Anyways, the Six of Wands, it feels like in the midst of you wanting to be sort of in your own world or just accomplish things or figure things out in a more secretive way or just kind of in your hermit mode or just cut out certain opinions, judgments, you're being put on stage, whether it's at work, whether it's, in your living situation, just your life in general, friends, family members. It feels like everybody wants to know what Gemini's up to. Everybody wants to sort of seep in and find out what's rolling around in your mind or what your next steps are. And you're just like, yeah, it's not really the time. I really don't have it all figured out and I don't need to per se, but it's just not helping me that everybody wants to sort of know what I don't even know just yet. Understandable. But yeah, it feels like certain puzzle pieces do fall into place when it comes to the very end of the month, the very end of the year. Let's find out more about this ant spirit. This one feels right. Yeah, when it comes to what you're reaching for, when it comes to your independence, look at that cage in the background of the Nine of Pentacles. When it comes to that cage you're trying to release yourself from or step out of in one way, shape, or form, it feels like you've been in this cage for a bit, whether it's due to your own habits or a situation or two. And it's like I'm seeing spirit in the universe just sort of open it up and just allow you to gracefully walk out of that cage, even if it's just the first steps to doing so, and allowing you to have a better chance of staying present, getting that reminder once again towards the end of the month. Interesting. I don't know why it came out that way, but we have the number 99 here, right before completion that is most definitely necessary for you and the rebirth, the transformation you're going through at this time. All right? But at the end of the day, you're being pushed to keep that motivation alive, but to do it in a way that feels healthy and sustainable for you. All right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing rest of the year, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Gemini.